welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. I do hope this finds you well. Please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy the videos. It would mean the world to me. So just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about what I've been reading recently. So last week I did finish Unconditional Parenting by Alfie Kohn. I did make a show on it, but I thought when I'm here I did want to take a little more time to talk about that book. So just to outline what it's about, it's essentially a parenting book with a bit of a difference. So instead of like assisting the adult in coaxing like desirable behaviour of their children, it's written more from the child's perspective, I guess. Not from the child's perspective, but like with the child's point of view and feelings in mind. And Alfie Kohn, the writer, focuses on her different parenting styles, like traditional and not so old-fashioned styles of parenting are detrimental ways of raising children, because they foster in the child the sense that he or she should behave or act in a certain way to win their parents' love. And he talks about how damaging this is to the child, not only in terms of their sense of self and their confidence, but also in terms of their potential like morality going forward as adults. And the reason for this, of course, is that if we're always motivated by earning the love of those around us, we'll do anything we can to elicit praise and reward and to avoid punishment, even if that means being like duplicitous, etc. So we won't always do the right thing necessarily. I would give this book 5 out of 5 stars because it's radically affecting the way I parent myself. I found it to be a real eye-opener. In the preface or the first chapter, I can't remember, the author asked the reader that if he were to overhear 2 adults discussing your child and they described your child as so well behaved, and they also said that you never hear a peep out of them, you probably wouldn't be overjoyed. You'd probably, and most people would want their child to be an individual who's more than just obedient and quiet. Instead of wanting a child to be really good, you'd probably have other more ambitious adjectives to describe the kind of person you want your child to be, such as like honest, ethical, funny, determined, creative, empathic, diligent, honest, loving, curious, authentic, resourceful, compassionate, knowledgeable, etc., etc. Those are like my examples, but I'm sure I use some of his as well. So this opening of the book really did draw me in, and while I found this book a little bit derisory to parents who didn't have the same sort of insight into child psychology as the author, it didn't really detract me from the fundamental message of the book, which is that you can really damage your child or children by using reward and punishment to get them to comply with you as their parent. I would highly recommend this book, and it's free on Audible, so yeah, check it out. So the most recent physical book I finished was An Ocean Apart by Sarah Lee. So I've already spoken about this book in earlier videos. Yeah, it's taken me ages to read. Yes, it's taken me ages to read, but that's because I'm a slow reader and also I don't have too much time for reading. But yeah, it's no reflection on how much I liked this book. I really enjoyed it. In fact, if I had to sum up this book in one word, I would use the word enjoyable, fun, maybe fun. It was very fun to read. The main characters were sweet, likeable, and delightful. The story was interesting and entertaining. I personally love history, so I really enjoyed the historical aspect of this novel. It's set after a wind rush in England, and it follows 3 Caribbean female nurses as they start their training with the NHS, and it tells of how they were embraced by some British people but experienced prejudice too, and poignantly the novel touches on how they weren't prepared to experience racism when they came to England. I also enjoyed the romance aspects of this book. I didn't expect it to be like a romantic book, and I don't read too many romances, but I thought this aspect of the book was very sweet. There was no spice to speak of, which I preferred, and the whole book just had this general sweet and innocent vibe to it. So I'd give it a 4.75 out of 5. I would hold back from giving it 5 stars, just simply on the basis that it wasn't like great literature, really. It wasn't the most amazingly written book. It was a little bit rudimentary in some parts, but it was better than anything I can do. So I don't really judge it on those. I can't really judge it, the writer, for not writing a little bit better, because it's much better writing than I could do myself. I really love this book, and I would definitely recommend it if you like historical romance or just no spice romance. You should read it, and let me know if you have read it already and what you thought. Okay, moving on to what I'm currently reading, and my TBR, the books I want to read next. So the 2 books I'm currently listening to are on Audible. The first is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Let me tell you, I am loving this book. I'm about a third of the way in. I'm obsessed with the main characters, Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy. They're both really cool people, which might seem a bit of an anachronistic and a weird thing to say about Jane Austen characters, but I can't find a better way of describing them. I'm laughing out loud regularly at this book, at the narration of this book on Audible. It's also free. Oh, and I should say that the Alfie Cohen book as well is free on Audible, if I haven't already. In a way, I'm a bit embarrassed that it's taken me to 40 years old to read this book, but it's better late than never. Have you read Pride and Prejudice? What did you think of it? Don't tell me the ending. I know they get together, but don't ruin it for me, because I'm only a third of the way in. But tell me what you thought of the book, and if you like the characters like I do, like Elizabeth and Darcy. Do you like them? I really like them. I find Elizabeth in particular very sassy. The second audiobook I'm listening to is Absorbent Mind by Maria Montessori. Now, I can't really comment on this book too much because she started off talking about how children can learn to read and write, etc., without too much help, and how she wants to do for the child what Karl Marx did for the workers, etc. But she's gone off on some real tangents talking about ecology, etc. And yes, they are relevant tangents in a way, but I think I need to finish the whole book before I can really process how I feel about it and what I think about it. I've read other books by her, and she's somebody I'm really interested in, so yeah, I'll let you know when I finish that one. So lastly, before I go, I just thought I'd mention what I'll probably read next, and that's Catching Fire. So I read The Hunger Games about 3 years ago and really thought it was excellent, and decided it was about time I should read the sequels. But because so much time has passed since I read that book, I feel like I should watch the film The Hunger Games to jog my memory. I'm not sure, but let me know if you've read The Hunger Games, the sequels, whether you think I should watch the film. Let me know. And as for what else I intend to read, I do intend to go back to Frankenstein, because I did start it and it seemed like a quality book, but I just couldn't really get into it fully at that time. It was a bit serious, but I will give it a listen again soon. I intend to read The Grapes of Wrath at some point in the near future, hopefully, and also Tomorrow and and tomorrow. I haven't pulled that yet, but it's kind of like calling my name, so I think I might check it out because I really liked Ready Player One. I think it might have a similar kind of vibe to Ready Player One. Okay, so I think I can close now. Comment if you've reached this part of the video. Comment a heart emoji, and comment if you'd like to see any particular kind of content from me. I was thinking about doing a video on Why Catcher in the Rye is my favourite book. So let me know if you'd like to see that. I'd also love to hear from you about what you're reading and what you hope to read soon. And with all that being said, yeah, please like the video and have an amazing rest of your day or evening. Sending love. Bye.